I think I might be in trouble. China has developed a virtual anchor to deliver the news. Watch this.
In November of 2018, the Chinese news outlet Xinhua debuted the world's first artificial intelligence to its viewers to deliver 24-hour news. The well-dressed humanoid technology has the capacity to deliver the events of the day in multiple languages without the concern for pricey contract negotiations, demands of vacation time, or even breaking a sweat. The duo pioneered in China, but it's important to assess what something like this could mean for the future of news in the United States. In an era so heavily dependent on gut-punching breaking news, AI has the potential to take the rapport out of reporting. It is important to first get a better understanding of how Chinese broadcast got here. I sat down with Professor Scott Talent of American University and former writer for Good Morning America.
So news media, they have one major goal is to stay on message as part of the party apparatus and what the Chinese Communist Party says you should be speaking about and how you should speak about it. So most people are getting the same story in the same way with the same message, which is contrary to the US, where there's going to be different things that are the news, depending on the region, depending on the news station. There are some, I think, concerns of why would you have a non-human doing news to humans, and what does that imply? What is the benefit from it? You know, is there going to be less mistakes? Well, okay, but you can correct a mistake now. So I'd have to really sit through and watch some newscasts and see how it works. And also, there's got to be research done on, do people trust news from an AI source, if they know it's an AI source, as much as from a regular person? Or do they trust it more? Question mark.
The introduction of digital news anchors is an understandable shift in Chinese news. Reporters Without Borders ranked the country number 178 out of 180 in the World Press Freedom Index after the death of 84 journalists just last year. With that being said, using digital news anchors to replace human beings in a country so at war with free press could mark a bold step forward in the AI arms race, but a fearful retreat for journalism. In the United States, broadcast news anchors have guided the American people through everything from triumph of the first moon landing to the absurdity of the Tide Pod Challenge.
The user's account, but Robin, we want to remind everybody who is watching, first of all, don't do it, but if detergent is consumed, call the Poison Control Helpline. It is 1-800-222-1222.
In assessing what AI could mean for the future of these personalities, I spoke with Jason Malika, an American University professor in the School of Communications and former television producer.
I don't think it adds to the credibility. We already know journalists are credible. Many journalists are credible. It doesn't help their case or news network's case by using an AI anchor to say, we're going to be the first to do this. Well, then it just buys into what politicians and other people believe, that the news media is fed, you're either left or right wing. Well, you can easily say, well, they programmed the robot to just report something.
In 2016, over 57% of the country chose cable and nightly news over radio, print, or social media.
I have my favorite anchors, and I just like controlling the narratives and the conversation.
I like getting an expert perspective without all the chaos.
It gives me a better sense of what's going on without filler. It's just the story.
Broadcast news is about the story. Stories require empathy. The foundation of communication in journalism is the ability to emotionally connect the subject with the audience. The beads of sweat, the eye contact, the adjustment of a collar, and the pauses for emphasis all work together to deliver nonverbal communication. This form of communication is what gives fact its feeling. Feelings that AI may not be entirely ready to deliver. I spoke with performer Sonny Kelly. Kelly's most recent project is his one-man show, The Talk, about the pain of growing up in a racialized America.
A loved son on vacation, and had him returned to you in a pine box, so horribly battered and waterlogged that someone needs to tell you that this sickening sight is your son, lynched, I think everybody needs to know what has happened to Emmett Till.
We discuss the importance of connection and what drives the audiences to engage.
I'm good on AI news. You know, you go onto the news and you click on a video and you'll hear like this robotic voice and you'll see just pictures of stuff. You know, we just heard that Jussie Smollett has been charged with da-da-da. I'm like, dude, a story like that especially, I need to hear somebody's voice. I want to hear like Don Lemon's opinion on that one. I don't want to just hear a report. But I mean, that's useful, but it is fleeting. Like, it's useful enough for me just to get the information. But for me to learn more and to be impacted by the story, I need to see what humans think and feel about it. And that comes across in their nonverbals and their body language. And then, of course, if they take calls or they're checking their tweets, and then it's a more of a dynamic flow, right? They can counter and interact with that information. So I'd say the only time I'd be comfortable with AI or go to AI for information would be if a human couldn't get there for some reason.
AI is changing the world. It is already improving education, agriculture, and so many other facets of human life. However, in the current state of American journalism, where truth is constantly under attack, artificial intelligence may just make fake news our fate. Through all the discussion and data, it holds true that people resonate not just with news and fact, but with stories. It is not only the job, but a talent and perfected skill to deliver the complexities of the world with poise and intent. Now we must choose what will take priority in an increasingly digitized reality. In a time in which artificial intelligence is steadily replacing human interaction, it's important that technology journeys into the future with a goal of improving human life, rather than simulating it or belittling it.
Hi, Sophia.
Hello, Jimmy.
Oh, my God.
AI is changing society, but that change will only lead to progress if it is rooted in the aims to create a better, more well-connected world for humans.
Old anchormen, you see, don't fade away. They just keep coming back for more. And that's the way it is. Friday, March 6th, 1981. I'll be away on assignment, and Dan Rather will be sitting in here for the next few years. Good night.